My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Darkest Dungeon 2. We are in the Hag's Cauldron, and we have a little bit to do here before we set on out.
Past, we learn to face the future.
Still absolutely loving the ghastly gruel on our man-at-arms here. The Greater Hail Draft, also ridiculous. Stand fast. I mean, I feel like I have to cast Retribution every turn, so I feel like I don't really have the ability to... I don't know, maybe I only need to cast Stand Fast once a battle and that makes it way worthwhile. But it feels like Retribution is then followed up with Defender, so why would I have upgraded Defender if I'm already going to then upgrade Stand Fast as well? Feels like Hold the Line is also in that same realm of ability with kind of similar usage. Okay, so we can get some negative trait removal. That is probably one of the things we should focus on. Let's get -1 stress and negative trait removal, or... yeah, let's get that on Barrison. Wait, hang on. Oh, you lost Clutch. Yeah. Clutch It is there, and then you picked up Slippery, but we already saw that. Okay, cool. Any advantage in the field, I suppose. Unfortunately, we do not lose any of the negative ones, including Dark Curiosity. Boxing Gloves, chance of positive or negative affinity. I mean... oh, a little bit of a negative affinity there. They've gone slightly down from their previous amorousness activity. Let's throw a berries and cream at each of these. Another meditative token. I mean, the one that I care about removing the most is still definitely Hemophobia. Ooh, okay, we got rid of Braggart, not Hemophobia. Dartboard for even more crit, though. We're not about to go to the mountain, are we? We are not. Greater Hail Draft is available here in the light. So the Sprawl. Sprawl's got to be fire. Tangle's got to be... Blight, you'd expect, right? Discretion, not Valor. Fight no more than 1 resistance encounter. Now, we actually have relatively high loathing at the moment, so I'm going to want to fight more resistance encounters than that, which is kind of leaning me towards the Sprawl. I also do like the idea of being able to use the dartboards nearer to the end of the game. For, you know, more impactful critical increases, but at the same time, also, what if I didn't do that and just use them instead? Negative relationship. Wait. You got Lazy Eye for that. You got Unerring plus 10% of your range damage, negative 10% of your range damage, and negative 5% of your crit overall. Wow. There we go. No relationship trigger at all between the two of you. But we do get our positive crit. Love to see it. Bleed resistance. I mean, obviously Barristan, who is hemophobic, so you can't even get a clotting poultice. You're hemophobic, so you can't use something that might help prevent... well, I guess... hemophobia. Hemophilia is the... it's not liking blood, it's having a condition that means your blood doesn't clot as much, right? Just feels like you should be able to have it. We'll pass it over here, I think. Calming Incense. I think I'll hold on to that one. Got a lot of things that we are holding on to, admittedly, though. The Dark Impulse as well as Cruel Intent. I do like the idea of maybe just throwing both of those on someone and getting another critter out there. What if I did that? What if, Yucks and Wiggles, we just did this? Gave you way higher crit. Your crit's pretty low by base. And then you'd increase your speed even more. Sacred Scribblings. I think you'll hold Greater Sacrifice. No, Sacred Scribblings is actually pretty good. I'm gonna get rid of Wolf's Blood and I'm gonna hold on to the Greater Sacrificial Host. Let's go to the Wainwright and see...
improvement. A new variable in the equation of your fate.
We've now installed the pot and still, so we are able to produce whiskey, and we have 4 more spaces in here. All right. That's already looking a hell of a lot better.
That you may stand just a little taller at the end.
Raven's Reach. Ranged attacks deal plus 20% damage. Ooh. Extra resistances again. I do really still want something that increases your bleed chance on enemies. Sorry, your blight chance on enemies, especially. Mortar and Pestle produces poultices. I want to know what that is. To the degree that I'll buy it? Question mark? To the degree that I'll buy it. Taking the Mortar and Pestle. Let's go to the Wainwright and install it.
Away. Plan accordingly.
And I will even get rid of another storage trunk. Don't need that. Mastery Trainer.
Practice. Improve.
Is it every turn I will start from then on with an upgraded block? I don't know. I still don't know if that outdoes Retribution, to be entirely honest with you. Unless we have enough enemies on the field, but we don't tend to have that many enemies on the field for that long. Run and hide, the ability to get a little bit of heal out of that. Yeah, it's not awful. Firefly, yeah, also not great. Dead of Night for some stress removal through... Maybe. Definitely Battlefield Medicine. Primary healing tool in the entire party. Absolutely worth upgrading there. We see the upgrade to Emboldening Vapors. Just gives that target the ability to attack faster in the next round. They still only get 1 stack of strength. That seems really, really minimal as far as I'm concerned. Blinding Gas to the back line, also something we consistently use. We should now just probably think about abilities we consistently use, right? I have 5 set up for my party. So I've got Rampart, Defender, Bolster, Bellow, and then Retribution. We'll upgrade Rampart. You occasionally use Firefly in a position where the Grave Robber is caught out of position. My Grave Robber tags... Honestly, my Grave Robber probably doesn't have Absinthe tags or Flashing Daggers, so that means Absinthe is tagged at the moment. I'm gonna get Pick to the Face just for the combo with Smokescreen and then the ability to go through someone's block. Wow. I really need to unlock some more abilities on these people. I have nothing I want to do with mastery points anymore. I've just absolutely overmastered everyone here.
Your coach must be maintained if it is to carry you where you must go.
Okay, a meditative token again with the ability to possibly remove another negative quirk on a person. I do quite like that, but also I could just pay for a hospital to do it. I'm gonna still take a full stack of Laudanum. Ooh, Stimulating Poultice. Plus speed until next in. That's pretty damn good as well. I think we'll hold off on those and actually make our way out into the field.
As vital to survival as sharpened steel.
Let's do it. Leave in, journey on. The sprawl.
Behold, the great cities of man.
Ooh, not many scouts here. Oh!
And a flame.
Not many scouts here, but there are a lot of ancestor thingies. With a academic study and then another academic study off the back of one another. A hoarder leading in. We're definitely going to want to go to the hoarder. We have so much money for relics. So I can only get to that hoarder if I take the right path at the front right now. Not jazzed about that because I actually would like to get in some fights and stuff like that. And everyone else is going to want to go the other way. Oh no, Paracelsus, you did want to go this way. Okay. Well, I got you. And absolutely no one else in the party. Hope burns bright, and we're its beaters. I really trust to have you at my back. I think we just got a new item as well. 2 stacks of something I've not seen before. The Burning Pile. Bonnie, I've been spoiling for this fight. Barristan, Formations All, and Kimaru. Our will gives us purpose. I think Bonnie has less relationship with both of the others. Although I think everyone is actually already in a relationship, so I think it's just like a single positive trigger that we can get there. Just immediate respectful trigger. Love it. Okay. Let's start trying to blight up the sacrificial in the backline here, I think, as a priority. Right. Smokescreen can't reach that far back. I could set up the smokescreen on her ladyship. Her ladyship. Okay, so this is a... It seems like there's a special name for enemies as well. Like, there's a normal version of that enemy, and then there is an ascended version, which seems to be a unique version of some kind, often denoted with a different name, like Black Douglas for the Plague Beasts. Her ladyship here. We've seen a couple other instances as well. I just fear that I won't have much to do to follow up making you vulnerable and everything. Oh, we actually even managed to burn the burning.
An unavoidable end.
There's quite a lot of appeal in throwing the blinding gas at the back line, to be honest with you, but also there's even more in getting a blight on this whip. Excuse me? Is that actually getting... Are you dead before your turn? Wow. That's magnificent, monumental, gigantic, ridiculous, and huge. Fire Blends. Oh, can't even burn me. It's all good. We get our death blow. Oh, Retribution's so good. Oh, this is the man-at-arms that I wanted to be playing last time. I'm so glad it is here now. Make her turn. Let's set up a... Actually, no. I want to try and get this whipper down before it gets another act. That's not gonna work. We tried. We were hopeful, and so is our team. Fire Flens. That's got to be a word I don't know, right? Flens. Flens. That rings nary a single bell. Good crit though. Oh, are we actually still gonna get the kill despite not being able to? Oh, beautiful. Burn bright, my darling. Well, I mean, this one feels like I want to start throwing out some bolsters. There's only one enemy left. Yeah, you didn't heal it though, did you? It's a grave mistake right there. Speaking of, never mind. No mistakes made by our grave robber. We'll actually be getting them for the full blight's value. Oh! Destruction. Use an ounce of prevention here as well for another stress removal. Barristan deserves to have good resolves. They've done nothing but good. They deserve it bad. I'm going to use Retribution here just in case the Immolitist attempts to use a particularly aggressive move. Fire Flens, yeah. 14 damage that would have done to anyone else, but here, 2 stress. And we get a little bit more stress afterwards as well. That Blight does not yet have you dead to rights. It does now. Oh my god. Especially with the follow-up, you're now on death's door. None can stand long against y'all. I'll pop a laudanum on Barristan here. You deserve it. I'll also move 1 forward just to take that turn. smoke screen as well. Even further lower the ability of this enemy to do anything to us. Amorous, Brilliant, My Love. We get, oh, stress reduction. Stress reduction on Barristan as well. We heal at the start of the round. We get more stress. No? Strength. Dang. I'll settle for it though. Incredible. Yeah, I'm just gonna go through with the incision. Seems right. A hastening victory, a chalk dust dartboard, just a couple other resources. Nothing to write home about there.
The loathing whispers.
We do manage to decrease the loathing though. Keep flame at 40 plus. I mean, I will be attempting to do so, but a lot of my path is dictated by wanting to go to those academic studies later on. So if nothing along that path happens to offer me any light, then might end up failing this quest. That said, I wouldn't feel too sore about failing this quest. It gives us another major hail draft for the plus 20% max HP, which is good, don't get me wrong, but I'm not gonna fall over instantly not having it. I definitely do not want to give them any of my flame. We just mentioned why. Dark Communes, gonna be set up here soon. Okay, we managed to land that blight. Good. Being the more impactful one. Brisk Bedevilment hits both of the frontliners there. Oh no. We jump in to defend them. Disease has a vaccine. Great Searing Strike there. I'm going to use Retribution just to be able to respond to them. I do hope that they are just going to be doing their own buffs this turn. Nocturne Commune. And again on the other one, please. Well, okay. Get a little bit closer to Death's Door. I'm fine with that too. I wish I had an AoE so that I wouldn't have to waste a whole ability on you here, though. Feels wasteful to do. Yeah, it's just necessary. A little bit even more on that positive. Enfeebling Miasma for no damage. We smack them back for 10, though. They do have a weakness as well. Yeah, that unit's gonna die. I'm pretty comfy with it. Ooh, good crit! I gave you plus 12% crit with the other two, did I not? Yeah.
Steady yourself.
I mean, you know, enemies are trying, but my passive healing just from my relationships as well as my quirks is really overwhelming. I don't feel bad about it, but I'm as close to feeling bad about it as I possibly could be. Photomania, just even more dodge. Remove your dodge by smacking your back.
A miscalculation, perhaps.
Yeah, those happen. That's a lot of horror on you. 42% chance to crit there with no setup. I mean, I know it didn't happen, but that's how someone makes themselves one of my favorite heroes right there. That's how you end up with a shield breaker situation. A classic shield breaker situation. Oh, get him with the riposte. They also have Rush Judgment from that far in the back line, so moving them out of the front too, particularly good. It's fine. Yeah, especially considering the Leg Doctor is almost certainly... Oh, baby. That's going to be so good for the Grave Robber. Kill him! Here we go. Kimaru, this is what you are born for.
Messy.
Straight up 16, nothing but.
In crisis, we can
Nothing
rely
but net.
only upon each other.
Well, I guess except we're throwing them into the grave, so nothing but grave. Brisk Bedevilment. I mean, I want to try and set up a Brisk Bedevilment. I think I'm going to try and just get rid of that horror.
Miscalculation.
Fair dodge. Take the Sightless Miasma out there. No stress from it. Good enough for me. There are no theorems that exclude hope. I know you can crit, so I'm not going to ask you to prove it, but know that this is as close as I will come to doing that game. Let's give him Retribution. And now we wait.
A righteous action.
Now you'll crit. If Dark Impulse is equipped, +7 speed and a Dark Impulse. I mean, it's a nice opportunity. I don't think I'll be using it, though.
The loathing abates.
Like, it'd be really good if I could give Barristan just straight up 7 speed. So that in the first round, he can try and set up Retribution as quickly as possible before all the enemies are actually going to be acting. But one thing I can't give away for that is my 20% max HP or my 20% chance to... 20% chance? 25% chance to heal at the start of a turn. At least it should be. This one's left for us again.
Procrastination of the inevitable is futility itself.
Looks like that was telling me we were about to go into a resistance encounter. I'll sleep, awful food, worse company. Let's have a look at the items in here. Ah, whiskey flask. Wait, what just did that full scout? I didn't. Huh? Oh, what? There's 2 hero shrines in a... So the choice is between going to academic studies or hero shrines, right? Oh, really? Oh, but... no, damn it. Which progress do I want? I don't know if this is going to be any meta progress, that is, the academic studies. It seems like every one of them we've visited, we progressed the story in there a little bit. I don't know which way to go. Because 2 hero shrines, that's 2 unlocks permanently. But... the other one seems cool too. Kimaru asks, what are we waiting for? I totally agree. Paracelsus doesn't. But Paracelsus doesn't have to. You've been outvoted. Bonnie was along with Kimaru on this one. Everyone is going to be faster at the start of the encounter, as well as have 50% extra damage on their first attack. I think I might actually utilize this to try and crit. 16 damage on her ladyship in the back line there. Take a setup on the back line as well. God, a retribute there.
Steady yourself.
Ouch. Oh, debuff resist across all of us as well. Everyone dodging my attacks. I mean, I know they had dodge on, but yeah. I'd also like to kill the Flayer relatively early. But here I thought I was focused on killing the backliner instantly and that was going to be a thing I did. Is that still enough burn for you? Hopefully everyone has seen goods. Okay, yeah. Crit you down to death's door. Oh, and in that crit, we give ourselves another free action. Crit you for the kill and a death blow. Don't get another action immediately thereafter. I mean, look, it'd be greedy for me to ask for one, but also, can I have one? Yep. And more, please just attack me, the person who's best defended. Beauty.
The slow suffering begins.
Hey, my riposte didn't even go up there. It did 0 damage, but it was reduced from 1 damage, so it was an attack. Huh. I guess maybe that's an ability that says cannot be riposted, or possibly bugged, but don't know either which way. Might as well assume... Might as well assume competence on the part of the developers who I've been enjoying the competent, far more than competent rather, game design of for quite a while here, you know? I'm actually gonna Dead of Night. Truly an inspiration. Yeah, I don't know if the Plague Doctor would particularly be inspired by grave robbing, considering the Plague Doctor's story seems to heavily revolve around grave robbing not being good enough for them. Another retribution. And we should be able to close the match next round. Yeah. No real reason to do anything except for just pummel. Get him.
One less obstacle in our path.
One more burn salve and a minor inert indicia for us. With a hastening tome as well. Should we happen to need one? I don't think we do though. So this is okay. Here's what I think is kind of weird, right? Like hastening history. Distant trinket gives you 4 speed. There is a hastening history, and then there's another speed one. Hastening history, no. Like major wolf's blood or something like that. There is another trinket that also gives you +4 speed. So because they are unique trinkets, you can stack them with one another, which means you can get +8 speed. However, an unforgettable trinket that is seemingly rare requires you to have another trinket that doesn't do anything in order to activate 7 speed. It feels like you just hold on to the ones that give you speed by base and then just wear 2 of them if you need, right? Like, set bonuses need to be more impactful to really justify their own usage, I feel. The vast majority of the time here, I only use the Dark Impulse when... I mean, honestly, when I want to try things, rather than when I want to do a good thing. Okay. Still looking good otherwise. Anatomical map and the foreclosure notice. We're all good. Alright, let's go back out in the field. Ah, but of course, over encumbered. Let's get rid of some slimy mold. Alright. Comes down to this. The hint of the century. Academic studies or hero shrines. One reason to go hero shrines is because I know that I'm taking Paracelsus out on a lot of missions because Paracelsus is a Plague Doctor and Plague Doctor has good ability. But if I know I'm taking them out in a lot of places, maybe I just want them to have more things like Plague Grenade and stuff like that. But also, what if the academic study is only progression if you do it in a single run. This party has already tried to visit as many academic studies as they possibly could. I'm gonna go for the hero shrines.
Think carefully. Today's oversight is tomorrow's regret.
I hear you, Wayne, but I tried to think as carefully as I possibly could before coming in here. I refuse to reopen that Pandora's lobe. Alright. Fight night! Hail enemies. They are going to have resistances at the Vazu. I'm gonna just blinding gas the backliners there. Thankfully, that actually does set up for a pretty sick throw and dagger if I want it. Crits for 10. Can I attack again, please? Damn. You've done so much. Let me help. A little bit of stress reduction? No, a little bit of healing. Bonnie not really having that many attacks she can do from the front line is pretty tough stuff right now, to be honest. Good. Get to set the retribution before we get these final attacks in. If you don't have a death blow resistance, I believe you are already now dead. Oh, damn. You definitely are. Front mortar for 12 and the stun. Fine. Lighting up that backliner. Ooh. Follow up there as well with the hopeful attack. Through reducing the amount of turns you can even afford to be alive. Yep, and it does. A little bit more stress. But honestly, we'll heal up all of the health in between the fights very easily. It's the only thing I really care about is stress in this instance. Dead of Night for a little stress heal there. Still love to be able to hit the back line.
Empowered, emboldened.
With anyone, frankly. Guess I'll smoke screen you. Doesn't manage to really set much of anything up there. Across these trenches together, and I mean, at this point, it's just, you know, bolster and try and get positive relationship triggers until the match ends. So I can reach that unit anyway. There we go, it's crit for a death blow.
Suffering strengthens.
Not bad at all.
In this world, wealth is worthless without purpose.
That is true, which is why we are on our way to a hoarder. Be able to try and use some of ours. Keep the flame at 40 plus. I don't know if we're going to be able to keep it at 40 plus, actually. 52. It's going to descend relatively soon. Oh, I have an in-fight item that can actually increase the flame. I definitely need to use those. Greater Anchoring Charm, 25% to move resist. Tax Horde, 20% to max HP. That's a distant trinket that just... What? The rarities are weird. The rarities and overlaps are weird. I think they tried to pair the trinkets back to be very, 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 very simple, and in doing so, seem to have significantly reduced the design space in which they operate. I'd like to see that amp back up. Trinkets aren't feeling particularly good. Yeah, just another hazing history though. Yeah, 25% move resist. This is 25% move resist. It costs twice as much. Wah! I'm gonna get rid of Snap Judgment, the Indicia, both Hastening Histories, and the Dark Impulse, rather. Man, I really don't want to take anything from you. Let's take a meditative token. Possibility of removing the negative from that. Honestly, I don't think I really actually need anything else there. Let's choose another fighter. Okay, that laudanum can stack with some of this. And Barristan, you are gonna hold the Glimmer of Hope for a little bit more torch should we need it. Ah, man. No supplies up there I can even really justify wanting to go for. Well, I'm carrying a lot of trinket wealth with me constantly, but I feel like that is demonstrative of what I was just trying to say with respect to, hey, the trinkets don't feel super varied, and it doesn't feel like I need to pay for expensive ones to get expensive results.
It is
at least
indeed,
by the game's measure. Impervious enemies.
The antiquarian wants what we have, and she will not be denied.
We are Shadowborn. They'll get plus 10% to their resistance as well as plus 5% to their crit to speed. I can try and slow the antiquarian's action down, daze them with the blinding gas. I'm kind of keen to do that here. Did not manage to daze, unfortunately. So you set up a protect me. Oh, but you miss your Mestering Vapors. The debuff resist is 20%. They always resist everything, so you don't get blinded by that, and you also don't become vulnerable. Wow. Must be nice. I mean, like, on their side, obviously, every single time any of us intervene on behalf of anyone else, they're like, come on! They're using 2 heroes for the price of 1! Must be nice! A glimmer of hope. And I'm gonna yell at him to attack me. I'm the one you want. Yoity. Well done, inviting a direct hit. Future is a full coffer. I wish I got a damage buff from that. I could actually... This ignores guard. So I could use this to constantly just try and attack the Antiquarian right now. But I also feel like attacking the Antiquarian first is not the idea here. Dang. If that hit 4 and also got the blight, it would have killed. Yeah, I had to expect that. Had the combo set up. I was just waiting. There's our retribution. Get some slays with this round. 1 down.
Early results.
Oh,
Encouraging.
Encouraging. Bit more Searing Strike for a bit more burn. Never mind, you don't even get an action out.
Can make all the difference.
Get a stack of dodge from Slippery. Yeah, I'll start working down the gravestone so I can move the Antiquarian forward and start fighting it that way. That'll do perfectly. I'm gonna go ounce of prevention just while it feels like we're actually clearing the fight up at this point. also go Bolster. I get myself a block plus, and it looks like I'm probably going to have to worry about the next attack coming in being a finishing blow against this combo. So yeah, heavily reduced incoming there.
A slow dissection. An unavoidable end.
Set up what protects me, and then probably Festering Vapors across the party, right? No, Invigorating Vapors. Can you not use Festering Vapors when you're not in the back line? Low blow, bud. Come on, you can do better than that.
Mistimed. Misdirected.
It's been a while, I think, since Barrison has gotten the gigantic health buff at the start of his turn for free. Not that I'm taking it for granted, but I mean, it'd be nice, is all I'm saying. I wouldn't kick it out of bed for eating a cookie, you know? Oh, yeah. Oh, that actually gets blocked as well? Okay. I was wondering if, because it wasn't damaged, maybe it managed to get through, but no. Alas. Nervous stab. Oh, the DPS Antiquarian is coming through finally. Get rid of that dodge stack, and then the death blow happens immediately afterwards. Anyway, I'm gonna move you to the end of the next round with the daze there. Actually managed to get a debuff on you finally. Oof. Good heals. Yeah, get blinded. Ooh, good crit. A little bit stressful. Yeah, it's fine. We'll do it manually then. You can make it. Just a little longer. Another Death's Door attempt, but that one will finally conclude the attempts. We get the ablative. Like, I guess if you have like a bunch of basic statistics and you want to simplify them so you don't let any relic modify more than one statistic, then yeah, you will end up with quite simple relics. I'd like to read a little bit about their philosophy in terms of the relic redesign, trinket redesign, whatever it's called. If anyone happens to know of anything like that, I would be super down. Okay, let's get Paracelsus. I was the smartest, but wisdom was not on the syllabus.
Chapter 2. Head of the class. The professor was a relic, hacking and wheezing his way through a hopelessly conventional curriculum.
The professor with 19 health, the lectern with more, the books with more as well. A heated rebuttal to try and lower our own stress. We can review notes to lower our own stress as well. Let's review our notes. Nice. Well, yeah, no, I saw something like that recently, actually, in my notes. Oh. Well, now, that is interesting. Let me consider that for a moment. Actually, I think I'm going to have to provide you with a heated rebuttal of that one. That's just not how the body works. Coughing fits, symptoms of terminal illness. What? We've so shaken your worldview about how the world works that you are now going to die about it. Sit down. I love that lighting glow effect right there. The students also play some derisive snickers on us, unfortunately, increasing our stress even further. But I can save you.
Anxiety foments insidious fears.
Don't I know it? Stop laughing at me! I can save him! Did you not all see him vomit up blood? Oh wow, you can actually win that one.
She delighted in the combative debate, and behind her booker's glasses, reveled in their outrage and confusion.
Because she had spread the plague to them prior to the beginning of the debate. Unfortunately, like, we're working on a lot of vagaries right now with only 2 points in her story. Although, we'll work with a little bit less in terms of the vagaries, as we are about to get one more element in her story. We also unlock plague grenades there.
An
Pretty
elementary
giant pickup.
problem, is it not?
Yeah, off to the right. We absolutely cannot do what Kamaru and Barristan want there. No sir, no how. That'd be way too much a loss of value. Whoop. Oh, we're starting to get a little bit of a fuzzy up in that top left right there. It's difficult to choose when to record this in the day, because obviously with this kind of effect, you might know there's a little inconsistency between the episodes in this effect, and a lot of that is due to the fact that the lighting conditions change over the course of the day, right? So if I record at 9 AM one day, or I record at 4 PM the next day, the settings need to be completely different. But unfortunately also, over the course of recording, the light just changes outside. I'll muddle with that again between episodes, but for the moment, let us focus on the woodsman, who is quite burnable. Hopeful for some strength? No. Do you like the idea of trying to just dunk the woodsman out of existence really quickly?
Excellent work.
Ooh, nice crit. Dang. Really wanted to full stack those. We'll definitely cast Retribution here. If anyone is going to be hit by the wooden axe, I would like it to be our frontliner. Song of Shadows. Look, I can reveal you if I need to. I can even remove your auto crit if I need to. I don't think I need to do either. Oh, nice try, bud. Even nicer try.
The slow suffering begins.
And we immediately remove the horror from it. So the woodsman is going to have a death blow trigger at the start of their turn with that. Death blow on a crit immediately kills. Let's get you closer so we can actually get a weak trigger on you. Carve the toy.
Slow suffering begins.
3 bleed for 3 turns and a point of stress. I wonder if you can only target that against someone who already has stress on them. Enemy targeting is quite complex in Darkest Dungeon 1, at least. I can speak for Darkest Dungeon 1. So I think it'd actually be really interesting to end up looking and seeing all of those, but obviously I don't want to do it just yet. Let's get a glimmer of hope out there. Also gonna bellow, remove some horror from the team. Smokescreen you. Oh, that vulnerability as well as double blindness there. Huge. I guess for the moment I can just cut that. Need now to prevention.
In crisis, we can rely
Lest we be
on
unable
each
to
other.
cure. Kills the urchin immediately. 19 on the crit. Kamaru, good work. A greater cleansing sensor. Picked up for 25% blight not blight, sorry, disease resistant. Alright, so the same. I'm aware. You are hungry and you are tired. We are 45 leagues from the inn. Maybe you'll need to take a nap in the back line. Whoop, hang on. Cam was still on. Maybe you'll need to take a
We must
nap in the
understand the past if
back.
we are ever to be free of it.
But before that, if you could just re-traumatize yourself with what got you here. Ostracized, I had to prove myself, no matter the cost.
Chapter 3. Extra credit. By the second semester, her research was at a critical point, and regular supply raids of the university laboratories had become necessary. During one such expedition, she stumbled upon her professor, awkwardly slumped over his podium, a bloody kerchief on the floor. Here, then, was her ideal cadaver, her long-awaited opportunity, and she would not waste it.
So, you know, coughing into a bloody handkerchief, the plague, yeah. We're definitely thinking that the professor was taken ill with a plague of some kind. Now it just comes down to whether or not the plague doctor had the ability to infect anyone else with the plague as part of a scheme in order to get a fresh corpse that had died of the plague to study upon, or if they're more of an opportunist. I suspect always the most negative possible interpretation. Indiscriminate science, specifically in this game, obviously would make the most sense. Indiscriminate science requires that the target has HP less than 50%, has a cooldown of 1, gives 10% healed per positive token. So an ally with a positive token is targeted, and you heal them for 10% per positive token. Interesting. What build generates so many positive tokens that it's like, you know what, I actually don't even need these. Not entirely certain. Seems like a very, very, a very narrow use case. Let's tag in Plague Grenade here. No one else really cares to change, though. Having a look back at our inventory. I mean, you know, there's a couple easy things to throw away in there. Good to know with them. Yeah, a few trinkets, especially off the top, that I can just get nicked. All right. Now that I can Plague Grenade the back line, let's open up with this Poison Dart. Dang. Well, now I'm less inclined to do it. I'm going to open up with a Blinding Gas instead. Neither of them got days as well. I feel like that is, like, I feel like the Blinding Gas is almost never applying any of its debuffs there. The enemies do have, to be clear, plus 40 to their daze and stun resistance. It's the stun resistance symbol, but it's also the one that appears when someone resists one of your days. Wow, the enemy body is actually really dismantling us right now. Huh. Sucks. Got to keep the torch high if I want to be able to complete the mission. This is also a limited amount of rounds that I can actually be in this fight, so do have to keep that in mind. Otherwise, something I'm likely to forget. If only that crit.
Miscalculation, perhaps.
Good lord, the resists! They've only got a 20% chance to resist that. There we go. I'll also move forward. Uh-oh. That means you're going to use a sick ability, right? Maybe if you're not in the front line, though. Slightly less sick. Clean inspiration. Searing lunge V8 sets up a riposte, dodge, and dodge. Oh, feels like I get very few actions in this fight. You've done so much. Let me help. Thank you for that heal. Very nice of you. Crit them straight to death's door. Perfect. Actually perfect. Oh, and we get another action. Oh! Another crit against the backline. Another action, please. Look, I have to ask. Even if the game has to say no, I have to ask.
The greatest of threats.
Good. Repulse right there. Barristan, it would be nice if you chose to heal at the start of any of your turns. Just considering it's a thing that you are supposed to do one of every 4 turns, it'd be nice if you did it one of any turns.
Mistimed, misdirected.
One more glimmer of hope. Frees up that space in the inventory. I mean, it's easier to heal one person than everyone, I guess. Speaking thereof, time for battlefield medicine, most certainly.
Extinguished at last.
Death's Door triggers on our back liner. Her ladyship strikes and is struck back in return. A little bit more stress. Wait, when I say a little bit more stress, I mean a little bit more stress than I want to have there. I'm going to eat that corpse. Yeah. Kind of expected me to dodge there, to be honest. Oh, another stress on you. Oh, and that's against both of us as well, so... My taunt don't work. Not in that instance. I'm gonna have to go bolster as well. Nice action to be taking there. Final round. I forgot about that.
A miscalculation, perhaps.
Enemy! Stoppy! Stoppy dodge! Gotta get some laudanum on that guy. Would love to roll a different ability right now, but have to use Noxious Blast.
Dissection. An unavoidable end.
There you go. Have a healing salve too, actually. I'd rather be certain and secure.
But effective.
Those are mine. And we'll head onwards with them as soon as we can. Hang on. Let's get rid of that burn salve. The bladed powders, honestly, they would be actually quite good in this area, but I'm still not really using them. Let's go to Bonnie. You may now refill your stack. Those. Paracelsus, you can have another laudanum. And Barristan, you are empty. Yeah. Set yourself up with a very large burn attack. No, the enemies here are likely to be more immune to burn. Fine, just get healing salves. I paid for them because I know how powerful they are. I guess it's less how powerful they are and more how versatile they are. In a system where you only have a limited amount of inventory slots, sure, you can have, 15 different items that cure every different individual status. And you are going to need them with different urgency in the different areas that you end up going to. So obviously you will plan your provisions accordingly to the place that you're likely to go, those kinds of things. But a lot of things in this game can be summarized effectively in health and stress, right? They are the metrics by which the game expresses value upon you, or expresses effects upon you. So, laudanum, stress heal, and just general purpose heals like healing salve suddenly become really damn powerful because they're available and good in every location. You know, I don't have to sell all of my ablatives and then buy a bunch of plague defenses in order to go into a different area. It's nice. You know what, though? I've only just realized how much I've talked your head off for the moment. So come back in 2 hours later if you're watching this in real time, and I'll do it again then. But for the moment, my name is Rhapsody, the name of the game. It's been Darkest Dungeon 2. Up in that top left, you can see the series playlist for all the content of the game, past, present, and future. Streaming past now are the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic over on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays at or above the $10 tier. And a special thanks this episode to Disnomia. Disnomia? I think I pronounced it wrong sometimes.